What's up, Attack of the Show? This is Matt from New Jersey. I was wondering what you thought about Drew Carey replacing Bob Barker on The Price is Right.
I'm psyched.
I'm actually surprised that you're so happy about that.
Really?
Well, I know that you had gone out for it. It was down to you and Drew.
Listen,
I mean, like,
I'm young. I got a lot of tread left on these tires.
I know.
By the time Drew's ready to go out, I'm ready there.
Okay,
for the
let's
showcase showdown.
but you know what? Drew's good. He wears glasses. He doesn't even need them anymore. So his whole thing is just for looks, right? But Kevin, quick, how much is that computer set? I'm
gonna go with $9.95. That was the contestant. See, that was my problem. I wasn't good at actually setting up the...
Yeah, okay. Well, set it up for me then. Let's see what happens.
You want to be the contestant?
I'll be the contestant. Okay, great. Hey, woo! I love you, Bob! Yay!
Great. Spin the wheel, woman. Spin it. It's got to go around once. Try to get $1. See what you do.
Oh, I think Drew Carey is a great choice. So congratulations, Drew. Well, thanks for the question.
Because you try to get closer to $1. You get less and someone beats you and you're out. Later, Toots.
Got it. Great.
Want to be spayed or neutered?
No, I'm good. No, I'm just... So congratulations to Drew Carey. He's really great. And,
Thanks,
you know,
Drew.
I guess the best man did win. So thank you.
Welcome back. We're live and always trying to broaden our journalistic integrity.
Yeah, that's how you learn, folks.
Yeah. Get ready to be schooled because right now it's time for the only news you need to know. Layla's out today, so here's Kristen Holt with the feed.
Thanks, guys. I'm Kristen Holt, and it's time to start the feed. A price cut has done wonders for the PlayStation 3 sales, and now there are rumors that the 360 will get one too. The Hollywood Reporter claims that the console will receive a $50 price drop on August 8th, though it's unclear if all models will receive the same treatment. The story claims the reason for the move is the release of many high-profile titles like Madden 08, BioShock, and John Woo's Stranglehold. Microsoft responded by saying, quote, "We have no announcements to make on pricing at this time," end quote. AT&T just released numbers that showed fewer people than expected signed up for the iPhone, causing Apple stock to plunge. The iPhone's exclusive carrier reported they activated only 146,000 phones on June 29th and 30th, well below the 500,000 forecast. As a result, Apple shares fell more than 6%, wiping out over $7 billion of Apple's market value. But analysts say the number of iPhones sold may be much higher, and a lot of phones just weren't activated the first weekend. If your favorite website was down yesterday, don't worry, the internet's not broken, it just had an outage. The 365 data center in San Francisco experienced a major outage yesterday, taking down popular sites like GameSpot, Netflix, and Craigslist in the process. Initial reports from tech gossip blog Valleywag claimed the downtime was due to an angry, drunken employee, but there was also a major power outage in the city at the time. The data center eventually got backup generators working, and today the internet goes on, with a few more angry blog posts, no doubt. If all goes to plan, 2 of Hollywood's hottest properties could become video games, thanks to Ubisoft. Director James Cameron just signed a deal with the company to develop a video game based on his upcoming sci-fi film, Avatar. Both the game and the film are slated for a 2009 release date. And in the TV world, Variety is reporting that Ubisoft will create a game based on the hit show, Heroes. No official details have been revealed, though there is speculation that we'll get some news at Comic-Con this week. And finally, the biggest MMO in the world just got a little bit bigger. This week, Blizzard announced that World of Warcraft had beaten its previous subscription record and now has 9 million active players worldwide. This comes on the heels of the announcement that DC Comics will launch a new comic series in the world of Azeroth. While WoW announcements were light at E3, BlizzCon is next weekend, and we're sure to see more plans for Blizzard's World of Warcraft money printing machine. Well, that's it for the day, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Get all the news you need to know anytime at G4TV.com. I'm Kristen Holt, and you've just been fed. Let's go back to Kevin.
Thanks, Kristen. Now would be a good time to pause your game and save your progress, because it's time for Game Break. Joining us today is X-Play's Adam Sessler. Welcome back to the show, Adam.
Always good to be here.
I know we're going to talk Metal Gear Solid in a second, but first we have some important breaking news to get to.
Exactly. Now, first up, we have news straight from Japan regarding the Metal Gear Anniversary Party. That was recently held by Konami series producer Hideo Kojima, and he narrated a 50-minute live demonstration of Metal Gear Solid 4 running on the PlayStation 3. Now, the game is taking place somewhere in the Middle East, and the demo shows Snake navigating through the middle of a war zone. many impressive new gameplay elements were demonstrated, including a first-person mode that senses motion from the 6-axis controller, the ability to match or camouflage to any wall or texture, and the ability to control a miniature Metal Gear robot for reconnaissance. And if that wasn't enough, Metal Gear Online was also revealed. The game is expected to be a separate standalone release and will support up to 16 players online. And next up, we have some news regarding everyone's favorite Rockstar schoolyard title. That's Bully. Now, according to the website GameSpot.com, the game is currently being prepped for release on both the Xbox 360 and the Wii. It's been renamed Bully Scholarship Edition. The Wii version of the game will take advantage of the motion-sensitive controls, and we're pretty sure the Xbox 360 version will be getting a boost in the graphics department. Now, Rockstar says both versions of the game will feature newly added content. As for a release date, the game is currently slated for a winter release. So, unless you own a PS2, you'll have to continue kicking the crap out of your real-life classmates. Aww. Yes. Oh, and finally, if you live in Wellington, New Zealand, there's a small chance you might see a real-life Spartan M12 light reconnaissance vehicle being driven down the street. This awesome real-life recreation of the Spartan Warthog, was made by the people at Peter Jackson's very own Weta Workshop. Recently, Halo fans were treated to a short film from Neil Blomkamp titled Arms Race, and it's pretty clear these guys are planning to use their newest creation in yet another Halo-themed film. Seeming a bit surprised by the workshop's efforts, Bungie has since commented on the vehicle, saying that Weta has, quote, built a fully functioning four-wheel steering, powerful off-road vehicle with a machine gun on the back. No word yet on whether or not the vehicle can be flipped over with the press of a button, but we'll keep you posted.
All right. Now, we've all been talking about the Metal Gear anniversary party in Japan. Yeah. What did you think of the gameplay that we saw?
I was really impressed.
Yeah?
I mean, we've seen the trailers, and even though they say, oh, yeah, it's working real time, it was very hard to believe it. Wow. The game is so much closer to those trailers than I ever thought possible.
Yeah, it's incredible. What about the amount of crotch grabbing going on in the trailer?
Yeah, I saw a lot of snakes crack. And there's no mystery left. And, I'll go to the Grand Canyon. I'll just take a solid snake. It's really sad.
The active camo system, it seems pretty interesting.
Well, I think the best part about that is that you're no longer having to be so sensitive to light and dark and all the small things, so you're going to be in the action of the game a lot more. Enemies are coming, just stop.
That's my thing, is that they added all these elements to make it seem like you're in the action more, but then I saw a whole lot of, hold on, let me pause the action, drop out to a menu, equip this, change that. Isn't that just an older convention of gameplay? That's the only thing that bothers me.
The one thing to consider is that this was a demo, and clearly the way that they played through it was to show you all the different ways you could deal with the situation.
Very true.
Which would, cause them to have to stop down and get the weapon or whatever. I would imagine when you're playing it, you'll probably lean on one weapon or one thing for a while, and you won't be going to the menus that frequently.
Do you think anybody will actually run and gun and play only from the first-person perspective like they suggested?
I don't know how you can see who's coming up behind you. You'll lose so much perspective, but I think you can play the game in a far more action-type way than you have in previous Metal Gear games.
Reason to own a PlayStation 3?
It's getting close. I think that with a lot of the other games, you're not going to hurt yourself by owning a PlayStation 3.
Very true. Adam, thank you so much for coming on, as always.
My pleasure.
Pleasure to have you. All right. That's it for today's game break, but the fun doesn't stop here.
That's because up next, X-Play stirs up trouble with its most controversial episode ever. Morgan and I will tackle the taboo topic of sex and violence in video games with a special look at the most mature games available.
Very nice. We're going to talk with special guests. You got Scarface producer, my buddy Pete Wannett coming on. George Jones, editor-in-chief at GamePro magazine. Plus, you're going to go inside titles like Manhunt, Dead or Alive, Doom, many more.
Many, many more. And you're not going to want to miss this exclusive X-Play 1-hour special, and that is coming up next.
All right, but before that, we've got a whole truckload of show left here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Blair Butler